So we are in the Loire region and we are going to visit a wine maker, wine factory, and their specialty is some sparkling wine actually. So this is not champagne, we are in Saumur. It's a different kind, but it's so good. Let's go and try and see how they make it. So we went on one of their various tours, the shortest one here, going through the caves where they process the wine and let it sit, ferment in the barrels. So the whole labyrinth of caves is also a storage area here, and a big storage area with hundreds and hundreds of barrels. And they explained to us the production. It's pretty much made of two fermentation. The first fermentation, which is the harvest, September-October time frame, is kept in these tanks that you see here, and it sits in there for 3 to 4 months, up to pretty much February the next year. So that's the first fermentation. After this, they get transferred into the barrels. So here we're talking about the famous wood barrels, and you can see hundreds of them here. And they add additional ingredients as well. Not too sure what. It's for the second fermentation to create the bubbles. So probably a bit of sugar, I'm guessing, but that's kind of their house secret. They're not going to tell you. But it takes here for the second fermentation from 6 months to 2 to 3 years. And how long it ferments is going to give you a different wine, and it's going to be sold differently and of course at a different price. So the cheapest one, let's say 6 months, are the ones you're going to find locally in France at the grocery stores. The ones they sell here at the factory are in average, I would say, between 1 to 2 years, like sitting there for that second fermentation. And look at all these barrels, and we just saw a tiny piece of all these undergrounds. There was a lot more. They have nowadays a second storage area because it's a pretty well-known winery. They grew a lot, so there's a second storage area in the region. But when you take the tour, they tell you to take a little sweater with you, and this is so right. It is extremely chilly. You get underground, so it's probably just below 60 Fahrenheit, 15 Celsius, I would say. So it's a perfect time in the summer when it's too hot outside, you're feeling too hot. No AC, not that many, that much AC in France. You go and visit, you got an hour of like cooling down, extremely nice on a hot summer day. The other thing you're gonna notice here is that it's very humid as well. So if you look at these walls here, you actually have some mushrooms growing on the walls. So these ones are probably not edible, but the region is actually known for growing mushrooms. They have some factories, some very good mushrooms that are sold in the markets, farmers market, and also sent up to Paris for the markets and are good to eat. So it's, anyway, it's pretty humid here. And it's extremely dark. And you have a lot of tunnels, as you can see here on the map. So you don't want to get lost. You need to follow the tour guide here. Given the huge undergrounds, they have several tours, including one on a bike. So that one sounded pretty interesting, maybe for next time. But if you look around here, you can see some, I wouldn't say monuments, some old columns from the past, because it dates way back in history. It's very interesting to read the history here and listen to the tour guide. I had no idea how far back it dates here in the undergrounds. So pretty neat visit. You learn about wine, you learn a bit of history, you cool down on a hot summer day, and you finish, of course, with a wine tasting. And they're pretty nice at making you try different wines depending on what you like. They have a variety of sparkling that's really the specialty of that particular vineyard, but it's not necessarily the specialty of the area. That particular city is known for the red, which is not sparkling, but here that particular winery does a delicious sparkling red that I would encourage you, if you ever visit, to try. Other than that, they have a lot of white, sparkling and non-sparkling. But yeah, it's a sparkling. But look at the column. Wow, look at the top, the work. Yeah, we were all amazed on that tour. Amazed. So I let you enjoy here with a bit of music, and then we're gonna taste the wine, and then we're gonna visit. They have a very special museum that's attached, belonging to the same owners. Very interesting one. That will be at the end. Enjoy. And of course, you finish each tour inside that building where they do sell the wine, and of course you get some tasting. So actually extremely nice tasting. You get to try quite a few bottles. The sparkling, of course, so they have some that are drier than others. You get to experiment, as well as the red sparkling from Saumur that's really unique. They even have sparkling apple juice for the kids that one of mine loved, so we got a bottle at the end for that juice as a little souvenir. It's not gonna last long, but it was really good.
Et 10% chardonnay. La bouteille a vieilli 18 mois sur l'âge d'une halte végétale. Et au niveau des notes, vous êtes sur quelque chose de très frais, très vif. Vous avez vraiment toute la caractéristique du cépage en bouche, et en fin de goût, vous avez...
Here's a map of the Loire region where literally they produce wine everywhere. Cheese as well, not just the wine, but very rich region, not just the history, but the food as well. But here, despite the fact that it was a winery, we got to visit a very special kind of museum, extremely interesting. Let's go and have a quick look. Wow. Wow. Regardez. Wow, it's like a museum. See? Okay, you cannot touch. There's an alarm system, huh? But look at that. Can you imagine riding, going back to Paris?
No.
In that?
Coupé dormeuse, il devait dormir dedans, ça va être confortable.
That one you were supposed to sleep in, be able to sleep in.
Surtout qu'il n'y a pas de
Wow.
recul, hein.
Up to 1,000 kilos. Voilà, c'est encore moins confortable, hein. Meadowbrook Court. Yeah, that's just, I mean, if you look at it, 1900s. Wow.
I would not be seen in that nowadays anymore. 300.
I don't know. 300 kilos.
Dude, I don't know if
That doesn't fit a lot of people. Especially today's when people are too fat. Wagonette. See, they're all coming from different regions of France. That one is coming from the east of France in the
old is this?
19th century, so it's 1800 something.
It's so close, I want to touch it.
Yeah, you're not supposed to. This one can hold a bit more people.
I
Because see
would
the way they
not-
were
I
sitting?
would not be seen in that.
Yeah,
Ew.
yeah. That's even bigger, up to
Oh my
610
gosh.
kilos
Why does it weigh
from the
so
1800.
Why does it weigh so much? I would never ever be seen in this.
Oh, actually, you're right. It's the weight of the carriage, not the weight it can carry. It's how much the thing weighs. Oh, yeah, and you're right. It goes from 2 to 1 to 6 people. I think that's how you read it. And that one is only by horse. That's coming from Normandy. Oh, and that one is from the late 19th.
Hey, at least they
Well,
had
1800,
comfy
early
seats.
1900.
They had comfy seats.
That's a bit more comfortable, you're right.
I would not be sitting.
Tiny bit more comfortable.
Yeah. Oh, you could fit.
Oh, and that's the one, look. That's the name of the winemaker.
Ils en ont
Bouvet
plein,
Ladubay.
Ils en ont plein et très jolis.
Oui, 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 elles sont magnifiques. All right. Yeah. That's... Oh, regardez. Yeah, you got the saddles. This is a
Can I pet the
Milord.
horse? Can I pet the horse?
Yeah. So that one weighs 460 kilos. See, it's from the 1860, 1890, and it's from the south.
The sound of
Yeah.
I was thinking all the way up there. I want to pet the horse. Can I pet the horse? Like, imagine how old that horse is.
Yeah, you can try petting the horse.
I don't want to alarm the alarm system.
I think you can try touching the horse.
I want to try.
Yeah, try touching.
I don't want to alert the alarm system. So my arms around her.
This is incredible.
That one's so comfy. Look how comfy that seat is. Oh my god. Where is it?
19, so that's from the 19th century, so it means the years 1800s. Wow.
Where's the most modern one? I want the most
That's the
modern.
oldest ones here. These ones are old. This is old here, yeah. They're lighter actually.
Oh, yeah,
Dog cart.
because there was because the further down you go, the less metal we have. The less metal we.
So that one apparently is coming from Great Britain, England.
Great Britain.
Yeah.
How did they get it all the way across the ocean? How did they get it all the way across the ocean?
Wow, boat, I guess.
A boat.
Yeah. Wow, coupé aux 3/4. Wow, that one is actually a close carriage. Wow.
That was the most
En
modern.
gros, il faut compter un cheval pour son.
I hope you enjoy this winery visit and trip into the past with the horse carriage. If you did, as always, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, check out my other videos from my trip to France this year as well as last year, and more videos to come. Stay tuned.